Hi there, most welcome to Unified Fields. It's about the first time I realized why my website, my email, my everything is called Unified Fields. Like, I've been working on that for 15 years and now everything is becoming very clear to me. Or in other words, all puzzle pieces are coming together for everybody on the planet. Meaning there is really a lightning bolt of change moving through the planet with those on a streamline and steam of new mental capabilities. And well, it literally means as well that the entire setup with the Light Brigade long ago was really all about establishing and investing really in a flow chart movement here on the planet, while really ending the suffering and the control, where dollars are really kept in the highest level of the pyramid and where the few really reside on the top. But meaning they have power. They really have power. But what else do they have? If you look at the pyramid, what do they have? That's my question to you. What do they really have? So, well, the planet is really opening. It means that the light grids have a lot to say these days, as they are really overriding the electromagnetic system and all the density that is moving through it. What will it mean on a larger scale? On a larger scale is new jobs will be opening up, especially for those who have established their lighted home-based grid system, have been working towards getting into their original vibration, which is pure light with a light body anchored to them. It also means that you move into acceptance first, because everybody has been asking for truth, for purity, and all these things, but we're not willing to move to their own density or emotional content. So once you flow into the acceptance of what happened to you and how you've been birthed on the planet, you will step into the allowance. And from allowance comes new creations. And from new creations come the new ideas to help the wealth for everybody. Now that's a huge plan, but it's steaming and streaming through, and there's no holding back. All that you've been asked for right now, or that you will feel, is to stream and steam with it, to allow the universe to flow with you, instead of having your individual will in the way of almost everything. So it means also that you accept things as they are and you flow with it. That's a flow chart, and that will get everybody in the highest level of health, wealth, success, abundance, because everybody should live in joy. But how many do? Very few, right? So this lightning bolt of change that is really moving through the planet right now means that the density, the atrocities, especially the input from lower vibrations will be cut down. The falseness through businesses will be cut down. All that opportunistic input that has been killing people and made them suffer for so many years and eons on the planet will be cut down. So I'm speaking as well to those who did not yet accept their spirit, their original flow, their vibration, and do not want to know about light consciousness. there will be a floodgate of people who will want to know, which is great news. And many people will start communicating spark to spark from the heart out, when all the density of the old mindset that keeps you captive day and night has been released in the body. So there is a lot of technical support moving through and fusing earth business with light earth business, or earth's original designation, destiny, right? So I never thought 15 years ago that that was coming true, but it is right now. And people will be asking questions, what is happening? Some will move in the higher vibrations of their destiny, of what they really want to do, etc. But all will be asked to move into their true choose. Accept their density, move through it, release the emotional body for what it was, go into the higher sensations, the higher mentality, and open up all these glands that have been kept captive. So there's a lot of glands that have stayed dormant while birding into ego consciousness, or what is termed the soul. And I see a lot of people even resisting that, so that's fine. If you want to drone in the soul, that can be done. But then again, spirit is talking the heart talk these days, because everybody has had plenty of time to move out of resistance, to reset their lives up on a higher vibration into light vibration. So when everything on the planet is business, then think about, there's people who do not have a job. There's people who have, let's say, crappy jobs. And there's people that are big business people. And then we have people that are really on top, like the millionaires and billionaires. But they all have to work hard to keep their businesses going, of course. And what will happen right now is, even the smallest, if you are really on the lowest level of the pyramid of business, you will be given golden opportunities to tap into that vibration, that assignment, those specialties that are truly you. So there's no more copying or identifying with anybody else, because that's not interesting. And especially, you're not going to get that information out of the books, because new books will be written through whom? Through you. And that is the best and the biggest news that will come true. So everybody has capability, but not everybody has character to open up these higher capabilities. Like if I look at the bigger business people, we all agree that one thing is needed to get there, which is truly your passion. But if you've been down so low and have no idea about your passion, how are you possibly gonna get there? That's very hard for many people who have struggled for their entire life on the planet, so I can understand that. How will you dig into that? Through the grids and your original light body. Because those two, they will speak louder than society. And they will give you all of the information. Even though you know what your passion is, you need the ideas. The ideas to really flow like an endless computer chip from one idea into the other. Why is that? Because the universe and all universes that are gathering right now, and which is reason why the big changes are coming through. So we move through all 12 universes, and here the first golden age is opening up, meaning they all merge together from 1 to the 12th, opening up the golden gate for everybody. And of course that cannot be done with so much density still on Earth, while the light Earth grids are opening up to move through that and will not accept that high level of opportunistic input anymore. So everybody is going to feel it. The billionaire, the millionaire, the middle level, and the bottom level, everybody. That is great news for many people, because we are being asked to bring big balance and harmony for the whole, for everybody, for those suffering at the highest, at the top level, to those enjoying little things but not being really in their joy, health, wealth, because that will only come true when you pull your own creational endeavors through, when you know who you are, what your passion is, and how you can really polish that passion on a daily level. But it's not enough to have ideas, really. What do you need? Beyond ideas, you need to polish your ideas. You need to go into criticism. You need to accept it. You need to be grateful for that. And then again, what is an idea this year? How will that idea work out next year? And so on. So it's a big growing process actually, but it should be really fun for everybody. Even the slightest idea, the tiniest seed, can become so big. So there's also a lot of people with jobs and families, etc., and not being in harmony neither with their families, not with their jobs. So here is a big call. Stop, stand still, and think. What is your uniqueness, your specialty, really your specialty? And when you know your specialty, you're gonna know everything about you, because you will want to really explode on that specialty, and that is going to be very important. So here it is rather a call to everybody to take responsibility of what they can do on an individual level for the whole, for the health and the wealth of the whole population. Meaning we are all moving into a lightning bolt of real change due to a change in mentality and brain capacity and brain power. Those who are really acquainted with light work and who have listened to my videos about the return of light consciousness and who did their work really from the elimination of the lower emotions, the lower content we've been born upon, will notice that something is going on. And as I was speaking 1 year back, everything was in transition, and now all of that transition has become a reality, meaning it is time for people to step up, for all the weak people, the innocents, those with crappy jobs, those with low wages, those feeling really crippled in their own life situation. There is change coming in, but of course we all need to do our specific work. And the best of changes, I've said many, many times before, are coming through the lighter grids. And what are these grids going to do? They override quite naturally the electromagnetic system that has been built to keep us in the manipulation and control syndromes, right? So as change is coming through, it literally means that the crystalline grids are overriding the density that keep people really in the lower senses. So people are starting to really wake up on a different level. It also means that everything mundane, let's put it that way, will move in the consciousness of light. So all the mundane businesses will be fueled with light consciousness, meaning that everything that is opportunistic input will be cut down to some level, at least this year, starting out this year, and there will be a sense of great relief for many people. But as always, we need to do our job as well and merge with people who have no idea of spirit, of their source, of their vibration in the heart. We all have a heart, but who thinks about who makes that heart go fast or slow? That is your spirit. Who makes you think? What is that consciousness behind our thinking patterns? That is your source. And everything that is consciousness in the universe, is the planetary system, the solar system, the galaxies, and into the beyond and the beyond. So what is happening right now is that the airplane is moving into the sixth dimension, meaning the ego is being confronted on a higher level and needs to be waved out. On another level, the mundane business is opening for light business, or what light consciousness is, as that is so rich. So I've been pulling out a lot of videos about explaining what grids are, what lights do, what wheels are, wheels of light, what that consciousness does within the body. And so, of course, Spirit asked me to study the mundane again, because, you know, after 15 years working underground, gathering information and data, nobody would be open up, or it would look or sound like some weird stuff. But then again, we're all pretty weird, you know. We have so many capabilities, so much brain power, so much intelligence, but it is not seen. It's been kept captive for eons. And so all we did is listen to the older physicians, scientists, doctors, name it. For whenever they would have a label, we would listen to them, right? But this isn't right anymore, because the physicians, scientists of spirit, and the astronomers are moving onto the airplane with us right now. And we can align to them at any time. Meaning that many people, I mean, that have those positions, like a physician or anything, all they want is proof. We want proof, because that's the only word they really know, proof. Prove it, otherwise we don't believe it. Well, I'm a living, breathing proof of changing my physical body on an everyday level. So if you look at my videos from last year and this year, there is a big change, of course. So I've been asked to really look at what is happening in the mundane business from the ground level up to the top. I mean, from the low, crappy jobs up to like meeting up with some savings, and then go up that ladder into the millionaires and billionaires of spirit. And also see like there is still a lot of competition and things. Well, everybody has so much potential to come up really with something so unique that we can simply merge with each other's uniqueness in creation. So after a little bit of research there in those businesses, they all agree like you need to have your passion, you need to have ideas and build these ideas like on an everyday level. Like you really need to pull that muscle in that creates the ideas. You need to become the creator self. And so after you have accomplish this, then you can start really upgrading into your passion, believing your passion, feeling your passion, upgrading that and making your production line or your product really the best of who you are, not somebody else. So, and then of course, you need to go really unlimited. Don't let anybody, never, ever limit you. And you know, you can build just step by step by step. But my question here is, I mean, we can all agree that we need some passion, we need the ideas, and we need to dig into that, and we need to polish them and get the right results. But what I never hear them say is like, how do you get to your passion? How do you get to trust your ideas? How do you get the ideas if your head is completely stuck in the old mindset? Right? How do you really get in this peaceful space where you get your information and your data? Okay, we all agree you need to be in a healthy position and, you know, do your fitness level, do your food production line for yourself at first, and keep really all criticism in mind, because that is always helpful. And keep on integrating and upgrading yourself from everything you have really learned up to there. So here, this is the level where spirit moves in. And if you have a lack of just something, let's say for your particular prediction line, or where your passion is, and you want to elaborate on your ideas, when you work with light consciousness, you just work with one particular universe that would fuse with your ideas, for example, or another universe that would bring you or align you to more passion and cut out the crap in your brain. So we really need to eliminate the old mindset and get to full-time brain power. And here, as I've seen, is a lot of talk has been going on that the amygdala in the brain hosts the fear syndromes coming on, because fear, I have another video about fear, it's not only the amygdala, that is real, that's bullshit. I mean, every gland in the body hosts fear, and a different level of fear, so all that fear needs to be eliminated. Because if you see fear on the top line of everything, then beyond that is arrogance. Arrogance. And what we need instead is respect. And again, humility. And beyond arrogance, what is there? There's so many things that cuts us down. There is resistance. Resistance. There is stuck patterns. There is judgment. There is, I mean, all these lower emotional levels that breaks us down and never get us to one level, which is number one, passion. And I have a good example for that, how society can cut that passion really down. Like when I was in high school, I was about 13 or 14 years old, and I was really a bad vibe. I couldn't design, I mean, like a door or a chair or a dog. I could not. That was not in my fingers, really. But at a particular time, on the timeline, my teacher said, like, for next time you just cut a profile out of a magazine, you cut it into 2 pieces, and you just design that piece that we have been cutting off, okay? You just copy that. And I was so perfect in that. I mean, I was so happy I could perfectly copy half of a face. I could design this. And when I came to class next day, the teacher, what she did, she threw it away and she said, "This is not your work, go out of the door. You can't do that. You're the worst in my classroom." Imagine what that did to me. I never designed ever again. I was mad as hell until 5 years ago, in my 50s, you know, I met a guy who was an artist and he was painting and stuff, and I said, "Oh my God, I wish I could do that, really." And then he said, "Why don't you buy canvas and I mean, go ahead." I said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And so I did, and I made 5 paintings in just one day. So you see, you know, how people can cut you and pull you down so much instead of exploring what you are, what you truly are, your vibration, your frequency. And I mean, in schools, there is so much to re-educate, especially teachers need to be re-educated, because they have so low level of respect for students. So, but that's another chapter to come into. Anyways, what I was about to talk to is, like, I explained a lot what LIDAR grids do. Like, they can override any density, the ego system, the control, manipulation, everything we have been through on Earth, everything that is called inversion of purity, actually. And purity is quite not enough, precision is not enough, exactitude is not enough. You need to have the knowledge how to do it. You need to have a high level intuition. And that is the reason why I always come back to that same thing what the Brigade of Light has been talking about to me and many other light workers on the Earth plane for 15 years, until I couldn't hear it anymore. I said, "I'm just gonna do it." And that changed my life forever, 15 years ago. And it's only now that all that mechanism, that technique is working out, because in the universe, a lot needed to be repaired for people to really become themselves and get themselves out of the manipulation and control. Alright, so I've been talking about this crystalline light grid, how it works and how it stands up. And that's not too difficult to understand. All you need to do is really load it and get into that vibration or the initial setup of a light body, which is merely consciousness, right? So that basic light grid that is moving globally over the Earth plane and has closed off globally since last year, and has gotten in its strength as well this year. So what I'm talking about, this big change in mentality all over the Earth plane, is because of that grid. And that comes through the square root of 36. That is not difficult to understand. The square root of 36 is nothing less, nothing more than 7 lines, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you close that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 36 squares, right, to move through. And what it represents is 1, 2, 3, and so on, till 6 and up, till 12 universes. And all that consciousness. So each universe has a color attached to it. and that particular color carries consciousness. So for example, if you need more knowledge in your vibration and you put yourself in that grid, that particular grid, you know, and you just call for it, the green universe, which comes through, let's say, your 7th dimensional vibration, you need to know how to move up and how to move that up here, and then the grid becomes all green, because that's green consciousness. It is also attached to the green emerald tablet that needs to be reviewed, because new tables of creation are flowing all over the globe. So, and with that grid, you can work through everything, really everything. Do you need more trust? You need another, you work with another universe, a color in that universe. But all particular ways of creation connected to all 12 universes carry another 12 light consciousness. So if we multiply 12 universes with 12 types of consciousness, we got 144 electrons of consciousness that we can simply breathe through. Everything comes through the breath, really, and that's easy to do. Another thing what it does, for example, if you set that simple grid up in your business, and so it purifies your business, and you work with all levels of consciousness. So when you need more ideas, you will work with a blue way. You need more passion, that will be the red universe. But you need to know that the technology and the consciousness that is behind that. And then of course we have that light body that comes through the Makiva, which is a diamond of light that carries, I mean, there's 12 diamonds representing 12 universes, and in those, of course, all these 12 types of consciousness. So, and when you move in that grid and you refine, you can almost load any universal grid system in that for your particular assignment or your particular business. Let's say you're crazy about gemstones, like I am, you know, and you want to put on a business for these gemstones. What you need, of course, is to be able to communicate with gemstones on every level, and how to do that within a grid. So if you talk to a gemstone and you get that consciousness in, that will open up to you, and it will tell you what kind of grid you need to load as a subgrid. And there is many subgrids and highway grids to really get there. And then it gets really interesting for the mundane business fusing with light earth business, because I mean, it's endless. The information is truly. And another thing what these light earth grids will do is you can move from a square root of 36 into a square root of 25 and 16, which is particularly interesting to attract the right partners for your businesses, to attract the right eternal mate or spouse, and to attract anything. I mean, we don't need to really go into the psychology that is on earth, but dig deeper in spirit logic and the psychology of your spirit. Once that consciousness or that vibration of your spirit self has been opened up in the heart, which takes a lot of alignments, of course, you can almost move to anything you would want to. I mean, it's moving from a square root of 36 into a square root of 25 is just 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you get the vibration of 2 light vehicles, 2 Merkavas merging. And when these merge, you can almost do everything, because there will be a time, I'll design it maybe better, bigger. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 6, right? To have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what we have here is merging a Merkava, and you're in the middle here, right? And the other one comes in. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's another vibration. And here, where these Merkavas merge, you have the ideas opening up to get into perfection with your entire team. And this can come through symbolism, mathematics. It can mean, like, maybe mathematics do not need to be difficult, really, because the most difficult thing I got first was, the square root of 3625, and I'm moving completely in the square root of 16. And that is more to meet your perfect spouse on earth, the eternal mate thing. Because we're all moving into equality, really. Equality on a lady-gent level. And it's been felt, it's been seen, and I mean to say it's not easy. Neither for men, neither for women. It's a big study, and all we need to do is really get into a higher level of mentality first, moving out of all the old emotional contact, getting into the higher level of sensuality, really, working from the heart but merging it with the brain and your creator self energies, which are many, many, many. So imagine if you pull such a grid in your workspace, and you can do almost anything. There is no end to what you can create. If you have a problem with something or somebody, you just pull the energies through and eliminate that problem. Of course, it needs to be learned, right? So when really cultivating that grid in it, you will see massive change moving through not only the home bases, because of course you need to build your home basic grid first at home so you can take it everywhere you go and move the density completely out with your source cell, because source has come down on earth first in the body through the glandular system and how your glands will expand. But also there's glands to rebuild that were not in the body from birthing into soul consciousness, which is maybe for some hard to believe, for some it's just business as usual. Building a crystalline body means you need a crystalline grid. You may want it or you may reject it, but the crystalline grids are here. So there is no way to deny it any longer. I mean, it's there to make your life easier on any level, really. And so what it also can do is, for example, if you upgrade so much and work with all types of consciousness from all universes, what is happening right now is that they are unifying all of them, and reason for the first golden age, moving into every business of earth, because earth is business on every level. Your food is business, your health is business, your passion is business, everything in the body is business. The elements are business. The animal kingdom, that is big business. I mean, we need to repair it, and so much is already in repair, so we can only be more passionate about that. But my passion from now on, of course, Spirit is guiding me to go into the mundane business. So applying for new jobs, moving into the, but also offering new businesses or older businesses lighter information and helping those people to move into light consciousness. And that should be quite simple to do if you're willing to. And the best, of course, would be teaching the leader at the top and their whole team to get in that same paradigm and teach themselves. So you would instantly know when people lie. You would instantly know nobody can get sick any longer, because you would know how to heal yourself in 10 minutes time, because you become your own healer. I mean, if you can come up with ideas and know how to work with universes, it's quite naturally that your vibration needs to meet those frequencies. So if you have a headache and you know what to use in those types of consciousness and how to move that through in 5 or 10 minutes time, isn't that fabulous? You know? So, but that is just a simple example. You can move into the higher levels and really work with the elements, like creating new products, new health products need to come down onto earth. And why is that so? There is a lot of health. I mean, we can juice our days through, we can eat healthy foods. We know, you know, the minerals are good, seaweeds are good. But then again, think how healthy is our food when it's not being crystallized. So we need to repair the elements to bring back seeds and minerals that have not been unearthed due to the density, of course. And if you go into the seas and you see how many things are dying off, it needs to be repaired, right? Because you will need your health. So we will all need to work with nature once again. It's not more than natural than working with nature and helping in the repair. The other side of this equation is because when you start crystallizing your body and liquefying it, remember what Bruce Lee once said. He said, you know, you need to become water in consciousness. And he was 100% right, because everything in the body is water. But look at the oceans and the rivers, how they became contaminated with so much crap due to slow, lower senses of the human kingdom. But okay, I'm not tapping into that right now. But if you know how to become water, there's only one word that's going to be important in the coming age, which is flow. Big business people do know that you need flow. It's not about cash flow all the time, it's the flow of your consciousness, it's the flow of your mentality. You can say, okay, we need a higher level of respect for each other. But then again, if you don't know how to get into respect, how are you going to do it? Not by saying thank you, I appreciate, and all that stuff. That is not going to kill it really. How to get humble. That, I mean, that may take a lifetime. I will really want to learn about humility, and that's going to take me a lot. But I mean, I'm not going to avoid it. It's going to be necessary. And especially when you work with these higher vibrations and higher levels of consciousness, and you speak with everybody in the universes, you automatically get humble. because you feel that vibration, that love that comes, that many call the ascended ones, but we are ascending to the same levels and becoming masters of our own creations. So working in co-creations and developing the new tables of creations. I mean, we are hitting the most wonderful times on the planet. Really, a lightning bolt of change is coming in, and that comes through the level of unity and equality. And so what is going to be needed in the top jobs, of course, new creations of new jobs. Re-education is needed on every angle of society, every angle, in universities, kindergartens, teenagers, people on the job, everything. I mean, from the smallest level to the highest level, do we need to re-educate ourselves and gain remembrance of what we truly are, the power and the passion that comes from that brain power once you eliminate the old mindset, because there's always mind tricks playing out so much that cuts people in a low vibration, especially if you're not strong in mentality. So here I'm speaking really to everybody, from the lowest vibration to the highest vibration. We all need to come on the same level and educate each other, because that is what the gathering or the unifying fields are all about. Unifying fields literally means that all universes are gathering and, let's say, establish one big universe and move that all the way up. And reason why the astronomers, physicians and scientists of spirit are working with us on a very high level of light technology. So, and some of that is already 10 years ahead of what has been given by scientists and physicians on Earth. And hopefully they will merge with us someday. But that, okay, remains a question. So there is so much information going down, and I hope more and more people will get into the light education of at least the crystalline grid system, how that works, and then your light body into the sixth dimension, and what you can do with it is, I mean, it's incredible what you can achieve by just thinking it and materializing it on the earth plane. And this will also be reason why, like, I think that if you have the money, I will make, like, people here on the lowest level, they have debt, and then you have making ends meet, and those have a bit of savings, and those they feel pretty much okay with, up to the millionaires and billionaires. I think we are moving with the highest level somewhere in between, and that is going to be a frequency of balancing out once all the opportunistic input has been cut down. And it depends, of course, of what they are willing to do. And it depends upon what they are willing to give as an input to really achieve worldwide equality. Because those on the top, they may have power, and they may have worked damn hard to get there. My question to you is, what do they really have? That is my question to you. Or what do they not have? Where do they miss out on having? If you look at their vibration, how they live, why they live, what is their motivation, what is their goal. So I think everybody at least wants to be happy on some level. So with the eternal mates or your perfect partner, intimate partner, I mean, being out of the equation, that's a big missing component, because that most of the time comes through the miscommunication and no communication. So the unity through the power of the word. So the power of the word is going to be a big return, because the power of the word will be able to change you. So I hope in the future many mundane, big enterprises will be willing to merge with us and open that power for everybody. But I'm here also to say, what is that power of the word? It comes down to the linguistics of spirit and the languages that can change your consciousness. We can move through the entire Hebrew alphabet. The English alphabet is on top right now. Reason why I speak English all the time, because that merges easily with the body. But the Latin alphabet has been out of the equation for a long, long time, and I have a feel it's going to come back, like many other languages I didn't study.